And we'll get started. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, this is our Tai Chi forms class. So let's find a comfortable position with our feet. I'm going to come a little bit closer, but remember, shoulders width apart, nice and straight. So look down, look at your floorboards, make sure your feet are parallel. The outside edge of your shoulders matches the outside edge of your feet. Slight bend in your knees. So we're not locked out. We're not super bendy, not locked, in between. Allows our lower back to relax down. So once we lock, we get this kind of tilt in our hips. We want to lengthen the lower back and lengthen all the way through the crown of your head. So like a string pulling you from above. Let your shoulders fall down closer to the earth. We can take our fingertips to the sides of our thighs, pop our arms out ever so slightly, or turn our palms forward, fingertips reaching towards the earth. Now we're going to inhale and exhale through our nose. We're just going to take a moment to feel where our body is today. So you can close your eyes. Feel the breath move through the nose, down the throat, through the upper lungs, the lower lungs, and then the belly expands out. Exhaling, we draw the navel towards the spine. Maybe we play around with the weight in our feet. So moving forward and back or side to side, or maybe we're circling. Notice how with the eyes closed, we can focus a little bit more on the feeling or sensations within our feet. And it might challenge our balance just a little bit more. But we're trying to become aware of where the weight is because we want it to be on our whole foot. So that means on the ball of our foot, behind our big toe and our little toe, on the inside and outside of your heel. So like there's 4 points connecting you down to the ground. Let's do some slight qigong exercises or wellness exercises here. So bring your fingertips to your thighs, gently opening your eyes. We're going to do like water's wave. So we rotate our arms and they lift up to shoulder height, shoulder width. Then your upper arms go down, the forearms and the palms. So now to combine the breath, it's inhale and exhale. Last piece. We're lifting and then we're going to lower down. So bending into your knees. Arms come up. We're all the way standing up. The arms are at the top. And then we're lowering down. So try to feel yourself really push out of the ground. And then you feel super heavy, sinking, your roots grow deeper into the earth. Move with your own breath. Maybe close your eyes so you can really feel the arms floating up. And we're just connecting with our own body, learning to coordinate the upper and lower halves, feeling our spine move as we stand up and lower down. Let's do one more round. We'll all end the lower position. And then we'll stand up and the arms return to the original position. We kind of call this prepare. Everyone knows this from our forms, right? So that movement, like water's wave, is the opening and the closing of every form. So you'll see this as we move through the first section of the long form. We're actually going to end it with this too, okay? So let's lift our arms up this time. Inhale, we'll draw the arms apart. Now take an exhale. I just want to talk for one moment here. Remember, we're not opening too far. Chest sinking in, back rounded enough. Nice. Now we're going to exhale and we close the arms. Notice they're not like this. Elbows point down. And we have about a fist distance between, and we're hugging a tree. So if I lean forward, it's like you're kind of grabbing a giant beach ball or hugging a tree. Yes, that looks good. Okay. So now think we're inhaling, exhaling, hug a tree. Now if we combine our legs, remember we're standing on our inhales and we're lowering on the exhales. So remember when we lower down, we're sinking our butt over our ankle, lifting and lowering. So really focusing inward again. Feel that push off the ground as you stand and that sinking as we exhale and lower down. Let's do one more after this. We're going to do a fancy close today. We're going to incorporate that first movement. Exhale, lower down. Now standing up, drop your arms. We're going to bring them out to the side and then to the front, shoulder height and shoulder width. And then just like before, upper arms, forearms, palms, return. I love when I see you do it again and it just looks great. Yes. Okay, let's do one more. So Master Yang Jun created these wellness exercises. So if you ever go on YouTube, you can search Yang Family or Yang Jun, and that's Y-A-N-G, just like yin and yang or yin and yang, and wellness exercises. I posted them as well, but you can go directly to the source, okay? Directly to my teacher, 6th generation descendant of the creator of Tai Chi. He made these exercises during COVID so that we could practice no matter the amount of space that we had, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's do the last one. Now this one's looking up at the moon. So we start in that prepare position again. This time we're gonna lift our arms up overhead and look up, bending at your elbows, press the palms down in front of the body till they come to the hips. Once we're here, rotate the arms. We're inhaling, lifting, looking up, exhaling, pressing down. Now again, if we combine the legs, we're lifting and then lowering, sinking down. So remember, when we're standing all the way up, our arms are at the peak. When our arms are at the bottom, our hands are in front of our hips, we're all the way lower down. So really trying to connect the upper and lower body, our breath, and our mind all begin to connect together. So remember, everyone should be moving at a different pace. So as I see you on screen, every single person should be moving at a slightly different pace because we're all coordinating our own breath with this movement. Okay, let's do one more. Everyone's going to end with their hands in front of their hips. And we're going to do this just like before. So standing up, we're going to bring our arms out to the sides, around front, and then upper arms, forearms, and palms sink down and return to the side of your body. Maybe now your arms are a little bit puffed out, feeling the energy flow through the fingers. Let's just rotate our spine a little bit. I feel like we could always use a little bit of that. So from here, just use your waist, okay? So think about pushing off the ground, allowing the energy to move through your waist and out into your arms. Play with the fact that if you turn your waist a little bit quicker, your arms move a little bit faster. Connecting with your breath still, feeling the movement down through the belly. And then we'll slowly begin to ease off. And then let's just shake a couple of times. Whenever you come back to center, just shake it out. This is a really good exercise if you feel a lot of tightness in the upper body. Shoulders come up to your ears, and then you toss them down and bend into your leg. And you can just kind of do that in succession. You'll hear my voice shake. But everyone feels something different, right? So maybe it's just a bouncing or it's a whole body movement. We're just getting that energy flowing and moving. All right. You feel ready? Do some form practice? Hi, nice to see you. Okay, let's practice. So we have done all the way up to hand strums the loop, okay? So let's practice. Yes. Yep, hand strums the loop. So left arm's up, right fingertips point to the center of the forearm. Beautiful. Remember, it's up and down, okay? And it's hand strum the loop, but it's kind of like playing a guitar, is the other name you'll hear for this movement, okay? So that's like kind of what it looks like. So let's start to prepare, and let's move all the way through the hand strum salute. Now remember, depending on your space, you might have to take a step back sometimes. Eventually, you'll learn the sequence, be able to practice outside, and that's the best because it's like unlimited space. Okay, let's move together. Now remember, I'm going to turn the other direction. So with this first movement, if you're new, it's gonna feel a little bit difficult to follow. So just real quick, the first movement we do opening and press down. I'm gonna be turning the other direction here. So I just want you to see, I'm gonna tell you to turn to your right and then reach the right arm out in front and the left arm comes underneath. So I'm gonna be turned this way, but this is the position you're going to be in. So your right arm is reaching out, your left arm is bent underneath. And we're going to press up and down and turn to the side direction. Very nice. So remember, a lot of what we see in Tai Chi is one moving up, one moving down, or one moving left, one moving right. And then they close and go the other direction, right? So you're going to hear me say a lot of up and down, left and right. It's sometimes hard to follow, but do your best. And if it's really hard to follow, focus in on the lower body because everything for Tai Chi starts in the lower body. So if we can have a good foundation and good footwork, then everything else will follow. Okay, ready? All right, so prepare. And just like we were a moment ago, feet shoulders width apart, head lifting up, fingertips brush the sides of your thighs. Remember, the arms are puffed out just a little bit. Opening, rotate the arms and lift them up to shoulder height and shoulder width. Then the upper arms go down, the forearms, and the palms. Shift to your left. Turning right, open your right foot. Right arm reaches out, left arm bends underneath, and we step to 12 o'clock. Press down with the right palm, lift the left arm and turn. Ward off left. Shift back, turn your whole body, leg, waist, and arm. Rotate both arms, close, right arm bends underneath, and we step. Lift the right arm, press down with the left palm. Keep the connection between the arms. They both rotate to your right corner. Shift back, turning from your waist. The arms go to the other corner. Touch the left palm, the center of the right forearm. Expand up and out for press. Open up both arms, shoulder width, shoulder height. Pull back, sit up the palms, and then push. Single whip. Flatten the palms. Turning, whole body turns. Rotate on your right heel. Press down with the palms. Relax your left foot. Arms are to the corner. Make a hook. Turn over your palm. Step wide enough and strike. Shift back. Turn on your left heel. Open up the hook. Arms open. Touch with the right heel. Turn from your waist. Close your arms. Both arms go down, circle. Left arm comes on top. We close the arms and step. Right arm passes on the outside. Touch with the left toes. White crane spreads its wings. Brush knee. Look at your right palm. Circle down. Switch the arms and step. Open up like you're brushing the table. Strike with your right palm. Reach out, step closer in. Pull back, turning your waist. Touch with the heel, one up, one down, hamstrings the glute. Okay. Nice. How are we doing? I know, it takes time. Where are we getting hung up?
For me, it's the arms more than the legs.
All the circling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any specific move?
When we go to turn, that there's a point where we turn where both feet have to turn. That's the other problem I have.
Single whip. Let's talk about it. That is one of the hardest moves to learn because of the footwork. Because our both feet are turning, and it's so hard to have the flexibility to turn that far, okay? So let's talk about it for a moment, because that's a really good one to work on. With the circling, you can't even see what's going on too, right? Because I'm turning and facing away again. So let's talk about both, okay? I'm going to do it from the normal direction first, and then I want to face the camera so you can see for a second, okay? So with the footwork, we shift back. Now you have to use your whole leg here. If you just try to turn your foot, it's not going to be enough. So you're going to turn from your waist and turn and rotate on your right heel, turn your leg. So you're trying to get your right foot to the corner direction, or it turns 135 degrees. So right now, you're actually pigeon-toed, okay? Now, your weight's in your left leg. As you shift your weight to the right, you're gonna lift up your left heel and relax the foot so they both go to the corner for a second. So you might feel a little wobbly while we're stand here, but it's because you immediately pick up and draw in and then step out. And then it's normal bow stance with a vertical torso, but it's that whole transition that's kind of rough, right? So if I face the camera, I just want you to see. Can you see my feet? Okay. My foot's straight. I shift my weight back. This is very important. If you're trying to be in the middle, you're never going to turn this foot enough, okay? Shift all the way back. Turn this foot. Can you see the angle? They're both. Now watch. This one's going to the corner too. And then we have to step wide enough. So not here, we have to step wide. Now, do you notice that when you step out, you draw in and step out? Do we remember why we do that? As an alternate meaning? Stepping around someone, okay? So you could, if there was a person that was in this space, and say we're here, and we turn, and we want to step around them, okay? So we're stepping around. That's the meaning. Remember, we're trying to have agility or the ability to change. Okay, so that's what all of this footwork is teaching us. It's helping us with our balance because we're learning to use our footwork in a different way. So let's try the footwork and then we'll talk about the arms. So we're in a bow stand to 3 o'clock. Right foot forward. Remember, is it a good bow stance? Can you pick up? Good. Remember, we're leaning into it. We're going to shift our weight back so that our front foot is pretty empty. Your toes are slightly off the ground. Now turn on the right heel. Turn your whole leg. Look down. Are you now pigeon-toed so your foot's to the corner? Now shift your weight to the right. Lift your left heel and relax that foot. Both feet are going to the corner. Now draw your foot in, stepping around. And then remember, this one's vertical. So when we move forward, our torso is staying straight. So we're not moving forward like this. We're turning and sitting upright. Is that better? Yes. All right. That's why we ask questions, okay? I guarantee you that helped every single person in class, right? I'm getting nods of, yep, see? Okay, let's talk the arms, right? Because this is one of those movements where it's like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay, from our push, the first thing we do is we flatten our arms. Now remember, I'm not mirroring you, so it's gonna look a little different. Left arm starts pulling. Yes. So think about it just like your torso is turning so that the arms separate. Yes. So this is when we're pulled back. We're kind of leaning, you know, we shifted back and we turn. Our foot's still straight, okay? Now, once our foot and our body starts turning, both arms are gonna turn. So the meaning here, so that we can think about it, okay? I'm gonna stay facing the camera for a second, okay? It's essentially we're shifting back. We're gonna show pulling, and then this could be throwing, okay? So watch how the leg, waist, and arms work together, okay? We flatten, we show a slight pull, and then everything turns together. So remember, when we do this turning, we don't want to have zombie arms on the other side, okay? Remember to show pulling. We're showing pulling at first, and then we're still showing pulling. So the arms are kind of soft still. They're not like both totally super straight. Does that make sense? So if we go the normal direction, you're not going to see all of it, but it'll be better. We flatten and pull back. Left arm, see? Left arm. Okay, if I drop this arm, left arm and waist. Now think both arms swing around to the other side. That was beautiful. Good. Now here we actually point the fingers together. I'm leaning so that you can see, but they stay flat. Okay, now from here, got to come in close. We turn to the side. Yes, push out to the side. That's exactly it. Now we make a hook. Then we block and strike. That was better, huh? Kind of makes a little bit more sense. Remember, shoulders down. Try to keep our shoulders down, okay? It's hard when we get into this hook position because we're actually thinking about striking our opponent's throat, but we don't want to be up here, okay? And we also don't want a broken chicken wing. I didn't see anyone do this, but I just like to say this, okay? Well, because not only does it make you laugh, but it makes you realize you never want to do this, okay? You always, because the meaning is striking with this part here. So we're turning and striking. To turn, push down, and then strike. So we kind of make it last moment, right? Because we're here and then we turn over and make a hook. But the meaning would be we would make it a little bit sooner in a martial arts practice. But remember, when we practice the form, we're trying to standardize it and make everything so it's the same. And in a martial arts application, it would look slightly different. Just a little bit, okay? Especially say like this turn. Maybe we're not going to make this huge, giant, super turn. Maybe it would be a little bit smaller, okay? But learning to move that much is the best thing possible. Yes, that looks really good. I loved seeing that. Okay, let's try and put it together, okay? So we're going to talk checkpoints, and then we'll flow through it. So remember, we're in push, natural. Step out, right leg forward, push. Shift back, flatten your arms. So pulling, whole body turn, legs, waist, arms. Now as we press down, relax your left foot. Turning to the corner, make the hook, pick up, standing ward off, and strike. Okay, one more time. Good. Push. Flatten the arms. Pull, turn, press down, relax your left foot. Make a hook, step wide enough, block, and strike. Is it better for everyone? It looks good. Yes. Wow, some of those single whips I just saw looked so good. That was awesome. All right. Any other questions on what we've been working on? This is great practice. Okay. Are you ready to do brush knee again? So within this first section of the form, we do brush knee 5 times. Okay. Here's the crazy thing. We do it 4 times on one side and 1 time on the other. I don't know. That's what they decided. We go with it. Okay. So let's talk about a new transition, right? Because we already know brush, knee, and push. So let's review our brush, knee, and push so that we can learn the new transition. So we're going from white crane. We're in an empty stance on the ball of our left foot. Our torso square, right arms overhead protecting. Our left palm is sitting on the table here. Okay. We're going to turn and look at our right palm. Our left palm's now rotated to the side. Left arm goes up, right arm goes down. We're turning from our waist. Our arms come to our side, and we're going to step wider for a bow stance. Your right palm is sitting up. Your left arm is rounded, okay? Yes, that's what it looks like. Good. Now remember, I just turned so you could see it, okay? Remember, this right hand is coming to the corner behind you. Good. Now from here, we're going to brush off the table and our right hand comes in front of our shoulder. Then we're going to strike out. Good. Let's do it one more time. White crane. Good. Remember, we're leaning forward. We're not leaning back ever. Lean into it. Look at your right palm. Up and down. 2 circles. Arms are to the corner. And we step. Open up. And then strike. Yes. You know what everyone's just recently accomplished, which is really cool? You all are leaning. I don't know if anyone realizes that now, but when we first started these classes, almost everyone was vertical. Everyone's leaning into it now. So good job. That is like one of the hardest concepts to understand while we practice, okay? All right, do we have any questions on that version of brush knee? Okay, so now we're coming from handstrums the loop, right? So we're here in handstrums the loop. We're in an empty stance on our heel. The footwork is the same. We're gonna shift back and pick up, So we can step wider and then move the weight forward. That's it. So our torso's turned. We're going to turn a little bit more with our arms. Step out. Turning forward. Weight shifts forward. We're just straight. Okay? So put your arms in this hug a tree position for a moment. It will help you with positioning. Okay? So hamstrung glute. We're open. We're going to open just a little bit more and step. Now weight moves forward, waist is turning, brush, knee, and push. How do we do? That's pretty easy, right? We've already done it. The difference is white crane is an empty stance on the ball of the foot. Hamstrung glute is on the heel. So it's just going to feel a little bit different with that transition, okay? All right, are you ready for the arms? Yes, but no, right? It's like the footwork was so easy. We really got to complicate it. Okay. So we're in hamstrung glute. Okay, remember, right fingertips point to the center of the forearm, up and down. Okay, drop your left arm. We're going to rotate our right palm. Now remember, it's a swing down. It's going to swing down as you turn and then sit up. Now remember, when it sits up, extend it out, okay? So let's see. I'm going to try to mirror you for a moment. So come close to your screen. I'm going to mirror you, okay? So stay like high five in the screen. A fellow teacher said this. I was like, that's spot on, okay? Yes, everyone understood that. Okay, drop your left arm. Right arm turns. I'm mirroring you. I'm mirroring you, okay? Yeah, so I'm literally, we should move the same way, like you're looking in a mirror right now. Swing the arm down, swing it down, and it extends out to the side. Sit it up. That was good. Now use your elbow. Bend, turning from your waist, straight to me. Yes. Let's do it again, okay? So remember, hamstrung glute, I'm mirroring you. So this is where we're starting. Drop the left arm. Rotate the right palm. Think swing down and sit it up. Bend it in and strike. Well, that looks beautiful. Feels good? I know mirroring sometimes is confusing, but sometimes it can help a lot, okay? So, hamstrung glute. Drop your right arm. Okay, now think press down, okay? So what are we doing? We're using the center of the forearm. Press down. Good. Now like you're sweeping off a table, brush, and then let it hang down by your knee. Now, of course, when we're in stance, we're leaning, so it's more by our knee. When we're just standing here, it's kind of like by your thigh, okay? So remember that with the name, okay? So we're up here. We've done hamstrung glute. Press down. Softly down curve until it's by your knee. Nice. Got one more? All right, yes. Press down. So remember turning, right? See how the turn? Press down. Start turning back until you're all the way to square. Good. Ready? I know which one's which, right? Trust me, I'm right there with you trying to mirror. So this is always like a new learning experience for me because a lot of things you practice on both sides. And like I do try to practice on both sides, but sometimes I'm just like on the fly. This will help. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Hamstrung glute. I am mirroring you. Okay. Right arm goes down. Left arm goes up. Now I'm looking at the screen, but remember, we're going to look back at the corner. Good. Open. And then strike. I love the intention I saw there. That was great. Okay. Hamstrung glute. Swing and press down, and we're going to step. Open up and strike. All right, how are we doing? See, when I see some people finish before me, you know what that means? You know the movement already. You don't need to follow me. That's great. Okay, let's put it together going the right direction. From hamstrung salute, okay? So left leg forward. Remember, we've gone up and down. Yes, up and down. Now, weight shifts back. Our arms start moving. Arms are to the back corner and we step. Open up, hands in front of the shoulder. Check your position here. Why? Where's your weight? Are we all the way or are we halfway? Now finish. Brush, knee, and push. How did we do with the weight shift? All right, good.
I'm all the way. Is that right? The weight all the way?
All the way when we're here. Okay, but when we're here, remember we're halfway. Okay, so we're like half. We're not here. Okay, this is just say a common error. Okay, that we all do because we're moving really quickly. So remember, we're back here. The arms are to the corner. Okay, so they're not to the side, right? Because the side would be the camera. They're to the corner. Then we move forward and we're halfway. And then we're all the way. Okay? All right, let's do it again. Hamstrung salute. Rotate your right palm. You start shifting back. Now remember, right arm swings down, left arm presses down. The arms are to the back corner and step. Open up, hands in front of the shoulder. We're halfway. Finish the movement all the way. Extend out. Now remember, right palm is in line with the right shoulder. Left hand is sitting on the table. And that one line, that's beautiful from our heel to the crown of our head. Good. Looks good to me. Do we have any questions? All right. Ready to try to do both sets? Okay, let's just do hamstrung salute to brush knee again. And then the next one, we're going to do white crane, brush knee, hamstrung salute, brush knee. I know, right? So that's the whole thing about the first section. You're learning all the basics, circling, footwork, everything that you need for the whole long form. If we move into that, okay? Thing being, it challenges your memory because you're repeating some movements. And this is how it goes in the long form too. So remember at the beginning, ward off right, roll back, press, push, single whip. Okay? That sequence repeats multiple times in the long form, which is a really good thing because when you get there, it's like an ah moment. Oh, I know this. But it's also like a, what was coming next? And that's this brush knee sequence, okay? So that's what we're trying to challenge our memories a little bit, okay? So let's start at hamstrung salute. Let's just do this one time. So hamstrung salute. Very nice. Remember, this is our up and down. Turn your right palm, shift your weight back, swing and step. Open up and strike. Good. All right. Step back a little bit. Let's try to do 4 moves. White crane. Right arms overhead. Remember, left palm sitting like it's on a table, just like brush knee. Ball of your left foot. Look at your right palm. Left palm turns. Swing down. Left arm comes up. Then it presses down as we step. Open up and then strike. Hamstrung salute. reaching out, step in. Pull back, turning the waist. Up and down, touching with the heel. Hamstring salute. Brush knee. Rotate the right palm. Swing down and step. Open up and strike. How did we do? You're not sure? Not too good? Okay, let's do it again then. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. Let's do it 2 more times. Try to burn it in. Because what you should notice is that despite the beginning of the movement being the same, from this point on, it's exactly the same. So try to find that feeling, okay? In the second half of the movement, once we've stepped for the bow stance, try to feel that that's the same move, okay? All right, white crane. Left ball of your foot touching the ground. Right arms overhead, left palm sitting down, lean into it. Look at your right palm. One up and down, swing and step. Now this is the same part. Open and strike. Hamstring salute. Reach out and step closer in. Pull back and turn. Touch with the heel, up and down with the arms. Rotate, swing, and step. This is exactly the same. Open and strike. All right, ready? One more time. Okay, white crane. Look at your right palm. Swing down and step. Open, right hand in front of the shoulder, straight out for the strike. Reaching forward, like letting someone pull you, then pulling them back. Up and down, touching with your left heel. Rotate, swing, and step. Open, hand in front of the shoulder, and strike. Okay. Good. Felt better that time? Yeah. When I see nodding afterwards, I'm like, okay, now we did it. All right. Any questions? Do you want to do it one more time? All right. We'll do it one more time and then we'll close class. All right. White crane. All right. Look at your right palm. One up, one down. Swing, step. Open, hand in front of the shoulder so you can strike straight out. Hamstring salute. Reaching, step closer in. Pull back and turn. Up and down, touch with the left heel. Rotate, swing, and step. Open and strike. Brush knee and push. Nice work. Good. Love seeing a smile after class. All right, everyone. We'll close class here. Thank you for joining me. Great work today.
Thank